Breaking news. Manchester United and Chelsea engaged in fiery contract dispute over Mason Mount signing under Ruben Amorim. In a dramatic and highly controversial development, Manchester United and Chelsea have found themselves embroiled in a fierce legal and contractual battle over the signing of Mason Mount. The transfer, originally celebrated as a landmark deal for Manchester United under their new head coach Ruben Amorim, has now devolved into accusations of contract breaches, financial disputes, and an increasingly bitter public fallout between two of English football's biggest clubs. This situation has become one of the most significant disputes in recent Premier League history, raising questions about the integrity of transfer dealings and the broader implications for the player at the heart of the conflict. The origins of the dispute. Earlier this year, Mason Mount, a product of Chelsea's famed Cobham Academy, made the highly publicized switch to Manchester United. After struggling to secure consistent playing time at Stamford Bridge, the 24-year-old opted for a fresh start at Old Trafford. Manchester United, keen to build a more dynamic squad under Ruben Amorim, saw Mount as a key component in their midfield rebuild. The move was finalized with a 5-year contract, reportedly worth £250,000 per week, making Mount one of the highest-paid players in United's squad. As part of the deal, United agreed to pay an initial transfer fee of £55 million to Chelsea, with additional performance-related add-ons potentially taking the fee to £60 million. However, less than 6 months after the transfer, Chelsea has accused Manchester United of failing to honor several key clauses in the agreement. According to sources within Chelsea, the dispute centers around missed payments tied to Mount's individual and team performance milestones, as well as commercial revenue-sharing agreements that were part of the contract. Manchester United responds. Manchester United, on the other hand, has vehemently denied the allegations, claiming that Chelsea failed to provide crucial documentation related to the player's transfer, which they argue has made fulfilling certain obligations impossible. United has also raised concerns about the clarity of the original agreement, suggesting that Chelsea's legal team did not fully disclose certain terms during negotiations. The accusations made by Chelsea are both baseless and inflammatory, said a Manchester United representative. We have acted in good faith throughout the transfer process and will vigorously defend ourselves against these unfounded claims. Impact on Mason Mount. Caught in the middle of this escalating drama is Mason Mount himself. The talented midfielder, who has impressed in his early performances under Ruben Amorim, now finds his promising start at Manchester United overshadowed by the off-field turmoil. Mount has already established himself as a key player in Amorim's tactical setup, offering creativity, work rate, and versatility in United's midfield. However, sources close to the player suggest he is growing increasingly frustrated with the situation, fearing it could tarnish his reputation and disrupt his focus on the pitch. It's disappointing for Mason, said a close associate of the player. He just wants to focus on football, but this is becoming a major distraction. He didn't sign up for this kind of controversy. Despite the legal wrangling, Mount has remained professional, continuing to deliver standout performances for Manchester United. However, questions are now being raised about how the ongoing dispute might affect his long-term future at the club. The legal and financial fallout. The stakes in this dispute are incredibly high. If Chelsea's claims are upheld, Manchester United could face significant financial penalties, including fines, compensation payments, and even potential sanctions from the Premier League. Such a ruling could also tarnish the club's reputation, which has already been under scrutiny in recent years due to inconsistent performances and questionable management decisions. Chelsea, meanwhile, risks alienating fans and players by pursuing such an aggressive stance against a rival club. Critics have accused